Top tip number one for me is don't be afraid. Many tutors are afraid of technology and it puts them off using any form of blended learning in their classes. So what I say is, first of all, you use it yourself anyway. I mean, we all Google and use YouTube when we don't know how to do something. And technology is part of our everyday lives in everything we do. So that's a starting point. So develop from there what can be used in your classes. And plan your classes. Don't make the blended learning segment too short or too long. Get the balance right and do your research properly, and then you will have a good result with blended learning. Top tip number two is to use the interests and activities of your students. So if your student has a hobby, for example, such as gardening, you could ask your student to take photos of the garden, email them in, and then they can be used to develop future writing projects. You can develop these writing projects online or with a book creator or a blog, any form like that. And one of our students writes film reviews, and it's called Joe at the Movies, and he will type them up on the iPad and then put them directly from the iPad onto the blog. So use the things that your students are good at and are interested in, because then you will have a good success. Top tip number three is there's an app for that. I know we used to say that all the time a long time ago. There's an app for that. And there is an app for spelling, fractions, or anything else that you might think of that might come up in adult literacy. So do your research, find out which app that could be useful for you and engage with it. Top tip number four is to keep up to date. Technology is a fast changing environment, and if as tutors we don't keep up to date, then our students also are going to get left behind. So I would say keep an eye on what's trending at the moment. For example, WhatsApp is particularly prevalent just now. Look into it yourself, see what it is, see if it can be used in the classes. But if you don't keep up to date, very soon you're going to find yourself at a disadvantage, not only in teaching but also in everyday life. So it's in our interests to keep up to date. And my final tip then, my fifth tip really, is that if you don't know how to do something, or you don't know of an approach, then simply Google it or use YouTube. You can also email me, and I have maybe a few ideas for you, but it would certainly be the best way is just to search for it online. There's answers out there for everything.